Hey, welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at Brewmaster. Our stat priority is Mastery, Parry, Dodge, Expertise, Hit, Haste, and Crit. Weapons we can use polearms, staffs, one-hand axes, one-hand maces, and one-hand swords. Resource: energy is used to generate chi, and chi is used for defensive cooldowns. I guess we should start with the fact we have very little armor due to us wearing leather, so we can be pretty squishy. But that being said, we do have Stance of the Sturdy Ox, which adds mitigation, but still behind over tanks. But what we have to combat that is Stagger, a passive effect from our stance. Stagger kicks in every time we hit with a physical attack. In effect, it will cause 70% damage, then following 30% damage over time. Blackout Kick will grant us a buff called Shuffle. Shuffle grants us 20% parry and causes our stagger to change to a 70-30 instead of our 30-70. But wait, we still take 100% damage from attacks? Technically yes, but we are able to remove the damage over time portion by using Purifying Brew. So now knowing all of this, we can take a look at how to take full advantage. When we get attacked, we're going to go through 3 stages of stagger. Green stagger indicates minimal damage, yellow stagger indicates medium damage, and red stagger indicates high damage, which we should probably start looking at using Purifying Brew. Our mastery is Elusive Roller. This increases our chance to parry and the damage transferred by stagger. Let's now move on to our energy abilities. Jab is the main energy dump for monks in general, but not the priority for brewmasters. It is mainly an energy dump / chi generator for when everything else is on cooldown. Kick Smash, exclusive to brewmasters, is pretty powerful and has some pretty cool benefits. First off, it costs the same as Jab but has an 8-second cooldown. It hits 4 nearby enemies as well as debuffing the main target with a snare and a damage reduction. It also generates 2 chi. This should always be in cooldown. Expel Harm also generated 1 chi but has a 15-second cooldown. This is a nice alternative to Jab but will only deal damage if it heals you, so don't use it at full health. You can also use Expel Harm outside of combat to generate chi, allowing you to stop fights with full chi. Dizzying Haze. This skill does not deal damage, but it will snare all affected targets and give them a chance to damage themselves instead of you. This ability generates a lot of threat. You can safely use Dizzying Haze on the targets without breaking the CC. Spinning Crank Kick. This ability is an AoE, pretty much what the name says. This is better use of your energy over Dizzying Haze because it does damage and generates chi. Path of Blossoms. A situational skill. You drop blossoms dealing AoE damage. It doesn't generate chi, so it's less useful than Spinning Crank Kick, but it's pretty amazing if you're kiting the target. Now let's take a look at some chi abilities. Tiger Palm. This ability costs 1 chi and gives a stacking armor penetration buff. As a brewmaster, it also increases the absorbed amount on your next guard. Blackout Kick is your main chi dump. It costs 2 chi and places a dot on targets at or below 50% health. It grants the Shuffle buff. If you already have Shuffle active, it will extend its duration by 6 seconds. It now also heals you for 20% of damage done. Purifying Brew. This is our other important chi spender. It will clear all of your stagger damage, so it is very important that you use this frequently before you take too much damage. Breath of Fire. This is a 2 chi AoE ability. It ignites targets that are affected by Dizzying Haze, placing a dot on them for 8 seconds. This is a powerful AoE ability that is very useful as an initial blast on groups of targets. These are our single and AoE rotations. Let's take a look at some of these cooldowns. Fortifying Brew. This is our main mitigation cooldown comparable to Shield Wall or Icebound Fortitude. It has a 3-minute cooldown and lasts 20 seconds. which is longer than most cooldowns. Guard. This is a powerful sword that scales with your attack power. It has a short cooldown at 30 seconds and costs 2 chi. While it lasts, any healing you use on yourself will be increased by 30%, so remember to use your expel harm. Elusive Brew. This is a pretty short cooldown at 45 seconds. It gives a small boost to dodge for 10 seconds. Furt Harm. This is a powerful ability, but needs to be used responsibly. It has a 1 minute cooldown and lasts 15 seconds. You can use it to protect yourself with a powerful 50% damage reduction, but it also transfers damage from anyone else if they are taking damage. Send Meditation. Like a Furt Harm, it redirects damage to you at 99% damage reduction. It can be used every 3 minutes and lasts for 8 seconds. Provoke. This is our taunt. It makes our target run towards us faster. This is a great spell to make a macro for, as taunting our statue will AoE taunt to us in a short area around it. Clash. This ability moves us towards our target very quickly. It also brings them to us, meeting halfway. It has a 35-second cooldown. It's useful for its AoE stun. Because it has no minimum range and does not cost chi or energy, you can use it instantly to stun enemies around you. Spearhand Strike. This is our main interrupt ability. It costs 30 energy and has a 30-second cooldown. If you hit a target that is facing you, they're silenced for 5 seconds. This is the current build that I'm using. And the glyphs that I'm using with this build is Breath of Fire, Dizzy Naze, and Guard. I hope this video contained useful information for you, and have fun tinkering with your new Brewmaster.